I can do, sir, please. Don't do this to my wife, man. You don't know what you're doing to my family, man. Please. I'm begging you. I'm literally where am I going to put my feet? Sir, I'm begging you, please. Please. Please.
That is not a crime, and you're telling me to get out of my vehicle.
Do you know where Lieutenant Mingus is right now? So, no, he's not in the building?
I don't know. I'm not.
What do you know? I'm not telling you nothing else until I find out who's driving that vehicle. You not a supervisor, bro. I need somebody higher than you right now.
If you didn't know, I went to the police academy and they kicked me out.
That's my purse! I don't know you!
Spit me on my face right now. She spit in my face.
Today's video takes us to a live stream that was broadcast from a constitutional law scholar's car, because I think that's where he lives these days. I'm talking about Chillie. That's right, Jose de Castro. And he's talking to one of his fans. Oh, Jessica, honey boo boo, yeah. And he tells her she's going to have to get arrested a few more times. No doubt. Let's all sit back, watch, have a good laugh, and most of all, enjoy.
So, you know, I was talking yesterday. I was on my YouTube, and I forget what she changed her name to, but I think she's going by Ghetto Rebellion now, but she used to go by Riot Girl. And Riot Girl, it's funny because the information that she sent me, the question that she sent me yesterday.
So this is little Jessica, formerly known as Riot Girl, now known as Ghetto Rebellion. I don't know. And she writes to Chillie for advice. Oh, how to get arrested in 3 easy steps, no doubt about it.
So there's a few steps that are going to happen when you start to audit a public building. So the first step's going to be that they're going to tell you that they're going to call the cops on you. They're going to say, I'm going to call the cops on you. That's what they're going to say. That's what they're going to say. They're going to say, I'm going to call the cops on you, and you're going to go to jail, and they're going to try to intimidate you, and they're going to try to scare you. And what you have to do is you have to stand your ground. That's the most important thing, that you stand your ground. It's the most important thing.
Are you paying attention, Jessica? You have to stand your ground. Now, you might get arrested, but you still have to stand your ground. You writing all this down, baby girl? Because we're going to have a test at the end.
So when you go into a public building and you're filming in there, and let's say, for example, they come up to you and say, hey, you can't film in here. And you say, this is a public building. I have every right to film in here. And then they say, we're going to call the cops. And so the security guards, the people who work at the library or the DMV or wherever you are, all those people are yelling at you, and you're saying, I am doing a First Amendment protected activity in a public building. And then what we keep seeing from people who do audits, we keep seeing them, is when the cops come running in and they say, let's go outside right now. Let's you and me go outside right now, and we're going to talk about this. And then the person who's supposed to be standing their ground in a public building then walks outside with the cops.
Well, that's because they don't want to get arrested, Chillie. Unlike you, you've been arrested numerous times. What does he call it? Torture cuffs in a, what does he call it? A dungeon, a chamber of horror. I don't know what he calls a jail cell, but he's familiar with it, aren't you, sweetheart? Look at him in this picture. He's handsome, isn't he?
Why are you leaving? Why are you walking out the door? You went there to stand your ground. Don't leave now. Remember the steps. First step, you tell them, this is a First Amendment protected activity. I'm not being detained. This is not a Terry stop. And then they're going to say, well, you know what? We're going to trespass you out of here. I say, well, if you're going to trespass me, you first have to get authority to trespass me from one of the administrators or the owners of the building. And then secondly, you have to give me a reasonable and timely manner to disperse. You don't have to just exit the building because the coppers come running in and say, get out right now, get out right now, get out of here right now.
Anyone ever notice how Chillie has 3 easy rules for everything? He has 3 easy rules when you get pulled over on a traffic stop, and now he has 3 easy rules when you go fraud it somewhere. 3 easy rules. You follow these rules and you're sure to get arrested. No doubt about it, but you carry on, sweetheart.
That is not in the program. Everybody hit the like button. Hit the like button if you would, please. I'm going to kind of sound like a broken record for a minute because I get a lot of questions from a lot of people. And it just so happened when I saw Riot Girl's comment yesterday in the threads, and she said, I said to her, don't, because I was watching her video and the cops come running up and say, get out of the building. And she walked out with them. And I love that channel. I think she's awesome.
Well, since Riot Girl didn't hook up with Joey Cerullo, maybe she could hook up with Delete Laws. They'd make a great couple. Kind of like a Bonnie and Clyde modern day. What do you think?
So now what you want to do when you are publicly auditing is you want to stand your ground. You want to put your feet planted down in the public building and say, I'm not moving. And then if they're going to touch you or violate your rights, let them. Be ready to be wrongfully arrested. You cannot be a freedom fighter and not realize that you might be arrested. That what you're doing could get you arrested. You have got to understand that. And then if you go backing out of that DMV, or you go backing out of that cop shop, or you go backing out of the library because the cops are yelling at you, get out, we're going to talk about this outside. As far as I'm concerned, that's not a successful audit.
Well, now there you have it, folks. That's good advice for Riot Girl. Well, Jessica, whatever her name is, I don't care. I hope she follows Chillie's advice because we can expect to see her arrested quite a few more times in the future. Won't that be lovely? And then she can sit outside and cry some more while she live streams it. Oh man, I'm telling you, that'd make my day. But not to worry. If you enjoy watching stupid people do stupid things on my channel, please subscribe. As always, thanks so much for stopping by, Chillie. You think you might copyright strike this video, boy? You can go for it, sweetheart. Cheers to that.
I've actually studied English, and I have over a 400 level education in English. I'm not sitting down. I refuse to sit down. I refuse. Big tough guy. Big tough guy. Big tough guy. What are you gonna do about it? Nothing. Nothing. You can come try to make me. You're welcome to try to make me. Take a swing. Take a swing.
What is the reason for calling the officers here?
No reason. I'm really unhappy that somebody did this to me.
We'll arrest you for trespassing in a minute.
On public property?
Yeah, we're asking you to leave and you're not leaving. That's trespassing.
She's right in my face, guys. You can't come up and touch me like that.
You don't have permission to film me in any space.
I don't need permission to
Yes, you
record
do.
you in public, man.
Actually,
no, that's the law.
Oh, is that like a law?
against the law.
Oh, what law is that? Funny, because I've never heard about that. I pay for that uniform, I pay for that car, I'm the taxpayer, right? You work for me, right? You're just a little guy. You're just a little guy. You work for me. You are a public servant. You are a public servant. You work for me.